This is already set, because I didn't even mess with it when I got down. So, being it's such drastically colder, you're going to find the airplane flies just a bit different. Nothing too crazy, but also flying the right pattern means you got to look through me to try to see what's the best judge of time-space intervals. And it's very common on 2.5 to have right pattern because of that other hill.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dropping too much. Yeah, speed's just a touch high.
Yeah. 580.
5. There we go. To see how this looks, because we're coming in closer and we're not so far out that we're kind of on path for what they were looking for.
Except I overshot my
That's fun.
deal here.
Just fly it. That's why we're practicing.
Come on. Came in a little fast.
And 11 at tower, Mooney, Skylane 3525 Romeo is outside Delta.
Skylane 25 Romeo, frequency change approved. Have a good day. If you'd like advisories, Boston's 34-7.
25 Romeo, thanks.
Yeah, get out of here, 25 Romeo.
I know, right?
What are you doing up here? It's kind of fun to go to different airports like that.
Ah, it's good practice. You get too used to the one field.
Yeah, I don't.
Builds bad habits.
Yeah, you go to let's go to Florida, and you're like, hey, where's that hill I'm supposed to turn at?
I know, right? Well, changing scenery is a huge thing. I mean, sometimes, like, if you go, like, Manchester, New Hampshire is a big one because it's a big city-fied area. It's very hard sometimes to pick out at night especially, lights of the runways, they're not up high on brightness. Everything else is lit up. You have such light pollution, can't see for shit.
Yeah. I don't want to get too far out. I'd say that's probably about right. All right. Stop climbing. Get to your frickin' altitude you're supposed to be at. Slow your ass down.
Lebanon Tower, good morning, Air 60914 to the southeast inbound, Juliet.
KS 639, Lebanon Tower, enter left base for runway 25, report 3 out. I do have a Cherokee in the right close pattern for runway 25.
Roger, and report 3 out for left base 2569.
Picture 85. Yeah, you get to just hang out, look at cars, and
I'm flying it just in my mind.
yeah, how many millions of times have you been in this pattern?
Up
You
here,
know.
not too terribly much.
But didn't you teach up here?
I've taught 9/11 before. I've flown to most airports in Vermont, at least in Vermont, a lot in New Hampshire, bunch in New York. For Springfield to come up here, this is where we'd come and do all of our tower work because it's just so close.
Yeah.
Takes us 10 minutes to get here. It's nice. Because you're flying outside the big hubbub of the, you're not based here, so.
Right.
So yeah, this is looking better.
Yeah.
So you got the one white. I'm not too worried about. Not too worried about the lights.
Right.
Because that's not what we've been flying at Springfield. We don't use the whole runway.
Right.
We land and we want to land, I want you to, in a way, it's good to have experience with the lights, but envisioning that with the lights, you're going to land on the you're landing on the bars, not landing down here on like 2.5. Which
Is that what it's set up for?
Yeah, so see, that's why you're like, those last couple times,
Right.
you've been bringing in all that power.
Right.
So you see the 2 bars, that's the touchdown zone. That's where it intends for you to land. It's like if you were in a jet, that's where it wants you to land. Because that's where you would normally land.
And I was a jet back there. I landed on those lines.
Well, that's the big thing is like if that's how, there's nothing, in a way, that is the correct method.
Right.
Like you land in the touchdown zone. Well, touchdown zone's technically the first third of the runway. In a short runway like this, you want to land, this isn't short, this is long. It's like 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
So, or it's like 4,000 or whatever. It's a little bit, it's close to Springfield's big runway. It's stuff to keep in mind. That's what the lights are set up for.
Yeah.
They're meant for you to come in, land on a certain spot, and that's their spot. So like,
we're not into some precision landing right now, but
well,
it's
so the
nice
thing is
to
like
practice
you
that.
you always want to land where you want, like you're in command. So
You're
like
picking a spot, you want that spot.
Right. So in the case of like, well, I'm going to use the lights,
Right.
then I've got to land on the touchdown zone. If I'm going to ignore the lights, I'm going to pick a different spot.
Right.
It's like if I want to be wheels down here, how do I have to plan my approach? Like this time, let's see if we can put wheels down on the numbers.
Hey, stop telling me what to do. So we got that other plane that's going to be
so
showing up
we're just
soon.
going to keep doing our thing, though. So we want to keep flying just as normal, and if we have to extend, then we have to extend.
Right.
Tower 609 coming up on a 3 mile left base 25.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, biggest thing is, making square pattern, watching, like, see, because today we're climbing like a bat out of hell. As we're watching for that 500 foot, 500 feet make that first turn.
Right. And what was that coming in, a Pilatus?
No, it's something I didn't recognize the call sign.
11 Tower, Bonanza 528 Papa, holding short of 18, ready to go via far east.
Bonanza 528 Papa, 11 in Tower, runway 18 cleared for takeoff. On course approved, report clear of the class Delta.
That's got Bonanza taking off. We got 3 mile right, left base. So that's going to be something that we're going to expect. We're just going to keep flying our normal deal, and he's going to tell us what to,
Right.
I didn't recognize.
Bonanza 528 Papa, no delay. I do have a 402 just about to turn, about a 2 mile final.
See,
So 402, that's a multi-piston.
So he's booking
Cape Air.
along.
Yeah, that's a Cape Air flight.
Cherokee 52 Romeo, number 2, following a 402, just on about a mile and a half final for runway
Tell him
25.
you got him in sight.
I do have him in sight, 52 Romeo, number 2 for runway 25.
Okay, 639, traffic's departing runway 18 prior to you. He's on the roll now.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Chain side, 609.
Boston Lab, Boston Lab, Boston Lab, Boston Lab.
That would get boring.
Yep, that's why I didn't do it.
You could if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I could have walked out of college and I would have been captain there.
Oh, jeez.
Could have been a FO at a
Are
regional
they,
airline.
Are they paying them any good?
Yeah.
'Cause there, for a while there, they weren't paying these guys jack shit.
They're pretty good pay now. They have to be competitive.
Yeah.
They hire their FOs at a third the time that I have.
Wow.
You could become a captain there with a fresh, wet multi-engine with like five hours. It's ridiculous. They train you, obviously. They're not going to let you out on the line, but
Right.
like you're very you're very green. You're flying a large
Just
airplane.
got your commercial rating.
Yeah.
And
They need their captains to have 1,000 hours total time, but you could have flown a 150 for 995.
KS639, turn left at Alpha to the ramp this frequency.
Left and Alpha to the ramp with you, KS639, thanks.
Hey, it's paying you money. So,
Yep.
I mean,
hey, if you
and,
could fly,
and the thing is, it's a great stepping stone for
right,
people
that's
because
what I was gonna say.
there's a lot of people who weren't given the opportunities I was given. So it's a great opportunity for people to. He's clear off to the left, so we're fine.
Yeah, we're high now.
Yep. A little high, a little fast. That's okay. But you see how narrow that cone is on those
Yeah,
lights?
because they just changed, and
Yeah.
we're right, like dead on now. So if you want to land the numbers, are you aiming? Are you
You have to aim
keeping
before
up
the numbers.
before? That's what I was.
Like I'd aim at the edge of the runway.
But I don't want to be too low here.
There's no like fences or anything.
Right.
But you know what I mean is that your aim point has to be. You think of like where you flare and then float.
Right.
So like our aim point's like the numbers. So you see how like right here, see how far we're floating?
Yeah.
So envision that this is how far you have to put your aim point before your touchdown zone, or where you want to be wheels down. That's the hardest thing to do in an airplane is to. So like they give you a pre-painted where they want you to land.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like if you use the numbers as your aim point, you're gonna land in the touchdown zone.
Right.
So like the hard thing is to then be like, well, I'm going to use the numbers as where I want to be wheels down. So that means I've got to move my aim point so much farther back.
Right. And I was a little fast, so.
Yeah, it's all things. I mean, like I could have told you when we were on there on shortest final, we were not. There's nothing you could have done to land on the numbers.
Right.
At a certain, you know what I mean. At a certain point, like we've got long runways, so we can still land. But like
Right.
if it was a short runway, you're kind of like just got to watch it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be having fun up
That's
here.
what we're doing.
And learning, so.
We'll practice new environment, cross the airplane flying patterns. It's a different whole
Finding
view.
airplanes in the sky, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I was just up here yesterday.
Bonanza 528
Picking up
Papa
that
through
camera.
3000 and leaving your airspace.
Bonanza 528 Papa, frequency change approved. We'll see you later.
Alright, see you tomorrow, 528 Papa.
A little tight. Get out here a little bit further.
So what I want you to start doing when you're flying is envision where you want to put your wheels down. So if you're like, well, so for here, since we've got the lights, let's say we want to land right where those two
Cherokee
big.
52 Romeo, runway 25, cleared for touch and go.
25 Romeo, clear for touch and go, 25.
So I want you, and this is going to help you fly more precise.
Yep.
So you'd be like, well, this is where I.
Get down to fucking pattern altitude.
No, this thing is kind of keeping in your mind. You're like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is where I want to put my wheels.
Yeah, 11 on
And
tower,
start
Cherokee
going for
154,
that
hold
as
the
your
shorter
goal
road,
every
runway
time.
18.
It's like here with the lights, just try to put it right in those bars.
Runway 18, cleared for takeoff. Say direction of flight.
Left turn out eastbound.
Cherokee 406 on course approved. Report clear to the east.
Alright, I'll report clear to east, clear for takeoff, 406.
Probably going to Maine for lunch.
I'll just go out here just a little bit further since I was a little high.
Yep, that's fine. Good call.
Supposed to pitch it for 85. Watch your speed.
Yeah, just looking at it is like, just look high, low, just right.
Maybe a touch high.
Yeah, pretty good though. About what you're looking for.
Rear speed. Stupid overshooter guy.
So we got it. So we're gonna try to be wheels down in the on those two bars. Looking,
On the bars, okay.
Yeah.
So you want to be looking ahead of those bars.
Yep. So probably halfway. You want your point that doesn't move to be about halfway between the numbers and those bars.
Rear speed.
Oh, looking good.
Still acts like that hill is coming right at me.
Yeah, we're a little low. See how the point that wasn't moving was
Right.
kind of out in front of the runway? The point is whatever you pick is, and you want to keep it, you want to maintain it in the same spot on the windscreen.
Right.
Your landings though are coming in good. I like those a lot.
I kind of like them too. Come on. How many have we done?
I think like 5 or 6.
You keeping track over there? You got a little counter thing?
Yeah, I normally don't like to do too many. We'll do one more and then we'll head
I don't
south.
care. I'll freaking hang out here all day. Lemon, we're going to come in and fuel up here a second. We've been.
We did 63 touch and goes.
He comes on. We're doing we're changing people up here in the. Are you guys ever going to go home?
Yeah, I couldn't stand that.
What's that?
To do touch and goes all day, I would rip my hair out. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, when you were lead dude up there, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to do that.
Oh, you didn't?
I told all my minions.
Okay.
I gave away flights.
There you go.
I took the students. I took the students I wanted to fly. No, I had to fly with everyone in stage checks. They called me the Black Cloud because I failed so many people.
Oh.
Well, it's this. If you know what the expectations are for your equivalent of a flight test, and you show up and you don't fly to those standards, you flew to those standards with your instructor.
Right.
Your instructor would have never sent you if they didn't believe you would be able to pass.
Right, so what happened? They were probably nervous and.
It's not even that. I failed somebody on it. This is the one that really got me the name. Is I failed someone on an instrument stage check because they didn't bring a hood. They didn't have foggles or a hood in the airplane. That's part of like your pre-flight for doing instrument training. Like you should have a hood or a.
Well, I figured you would have it. You know.
Well, that's what they said to me. I said, what? I said, did you do the pre-flight for the airplane? They says, yeah. And then they tried to accuse me that I didn't do a pre-flight. I says, I did my pre-flight of the airplane. I says, I expected you had a hood. You're the one who's going to be flying.
Right. Where's
under
your
the hood? And they says, oh, I thought there was one in the airplane. They had one previous flight. I said, you're done, bud. Let's go back.
What
You're paying for the whole lesson.
What, you mean to go get the hood? No,
yeah,
you're done.
because we were flying.
Right.
We took it off. I says, let's put the hood on. He says, where's the hood? I was like, it was, and found out it was underneath his seat. It was in the back seat. Well, he didn't. Well, it had fallen.
Cherokee 406, if you'd like advisories, Boston Center 134.7. Good day.
I can tell you
That's
the
all
more
right.
story.
Thank you. Have a good day.
I think
30
you
years
should,
base
you should have
1546.
some distractions.
Well, there's distractions all the time, but
Right.
now this I want you to concentrate. We're trying to work on, flying. Got lights and everything. New place. So see, he hasn't given us a clearance yet for 2.5, but we're gonna keep flying, and we're gonna query him eventually.
He didn't give us one last time we landed.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah, you responded back, cleared for touch.
Oh,
and
that's
goes.
right.
I'm flying it up here. You just got to see, like this time he hasn't given us a cleared to land.
He forgot about us.
That's fine. We won't land without one.
I won't hit that hill either.
No, we're going to keep flying just as we normally would.
Oh, you mean actually land?
No, keep as if you're going to go to land. And
Oh.
I'll do the radio and you'll listen to what I say here.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to wait. That's why I was not turning my base.
No, you keep flying. That's the thing. Because you don't know. He may give you it at last minute.
Okay.
You're like, you give him enough time, you know what I mean? Like, you don't
Right.
want to be pushy and be like, well, I was downwind, you didn't give me, now I'm on base. You're like, okay, now I'm going to be turning filing. I'm going to tower 5-2 Romeo.
Jakey 5-2 Romeo, runway 25, cleared for touch and go.
Cleared for touch and go, runway 25. And we'd like a departure to the south afterwards.
Jakey 5-2 Romeo, left turnout approved, report clear to the south.
Proceeding the touch and go will be a left turnout advised when we're cleared to the south. Thanks for all your help today. See that? All it took was a little, he's like,
oh, I forgot about those guys.
Because if you land without a clearance, it's a huge deal. And in today's world, you can't just like go talk to them at the tower. They are collecting evidence for you, for them to prosecute you.
They're like, did you forget about me?
We were very polite, though. That's all it takes.
You're like, oh. Come on, get lined up.
11 to tower, exit 781. We're about 11 miles to the south, visual runway 25.
Exit 781 Lebanon Tower. Verify you have ATIS Juliet. Are you better set up for a base or a downwind?
Kind of in between right now. We do have Juliet for exit 781. Probably a downwind. We need to lose some altitude.
Exit 781, roger. Report turning left downwind for runway 25.
Okay, we are on a high left downwind at this time, exit 781.
Exit 781, not in sight, runway 25, cleared to land.
All right, clear to land, runway 25, exit 781.
They love coming straight in, don't they? Well, he probably was.
No, he was
going to
be.
RNAV or something.
No. He was visual 25. Boston had told him to set up for a base.
Oh.
He said, "Hey, you better make it a downwind."
Yeah. Because he's the one that tells you.
Well, so this is the thing: is they can clear you. They don't